As you can see, we've got some paracalis right here. These are the Senetti paracalis that we showed you when we planted last spring. You can see they've definitely died back, but also look down here, you can see they got new growth down at the crown. And so today we're going to show you what to do with all this dead stuff, where to make your cuts, and what to expect after you remove this. So if you've grown paracalis in your garden before, you know that it can be a perennial, but you have to treat it in a different way than some of your other perennials. It will take a lot of pruning at different times of the year. It's a great spring flower, but it can be a fall flowering plant. But right now we're in spring. We need to cut it back from the winter dieback. And so we're going to show you how to do that today. We've got this mod planter. It's a self-watering container. These did really well in here. And this actually, we made a video of not only planting the paracalis in here last spring, but also a fall planting of the pansies you see out front here and these straw flowers. Eventually, we're going to move these straw flowers out of these containers and into either another mixed container or containers by themselves, because these are getting really big stalks, but really big stems, and we don't really want to cut them way back. We want to encourage them to keep growing and see how big they get.
I know, that would be fun.
Yeah, so we're not going to cut those back per se, but we'll definitely have a different video of moving those out of here. All right, guys, so right down here, we've got our paracalis. You can see down here, we've got all this new growth. I'm going to cut away all of these stems because you can see pretty much all of them are dead. And what I want to do is I want to encourage that new growth right there. Now you can see right here, there's some growth, and there's already flower buds right there. I don't know if you can see those. They've already developed their flower buds. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to cut probably that back too, because it's just going to happen. So this is going to delay that flowering until we get that new flush of growth and those stems and those flower buds developing in a couple of weeks. It shouldn't take too long. So what you need to do, take your favorite clippers. These are my classic cut Coronas. I'm just going to follow this stem down. Like most things that we cut back, we like to talk about. I'm going to bring this stem, come down on the stem right here, if you can see that. Trying to move the thing out of the way. And I'm just going to make a cut right there. Now, it doesn't need to be too exact. We just want to try and cut down a little bit below where all that new growth is, so these cuts get hidden. We're just going to keep cutting these down here, and we're going to encourage that new growth. And I think you can see all the cuts I'm making, hopefully. And yeah, and this is all there really is to it. Try not to cut too far down into the crown or cut away any of this new growth as best you can. You might have a couple of cuts that actually do that, but that's okay. And so, yeah, just keep going back. And you can see here, look what I've already cut out. Look what I've exposed. All this new tissue that's coming up right now this spring. This actually, when we take all this away, this is going to get almost like activated, because now it's going to get full sun instead of the speckled sun or shaded sun that it has been getting with all these stems. And that's going to invigorate the plant to really start growing.
Great. Now, we haven't decided yet this year if we're going to actually leave the paracalis in these pots or take them out and put them in a different planter. So that's kind of a later discussion. But for now, at least they'll be all cut back and they'll be growing.
Oh yeah, they're going to love it right here. They loved it here last year, obviously.
I know, I am tempted to leave them, but I don't know. I kind of want to see this look different this year.
Yeah, and the other thing is I don't know if you remember this, honey, but when we grew these here, they did great out here right after we planted them. And then I gave them a haircut and I basically cut them all in half.
Yeah.
And they regrew to this height because they were like down to here after I got done with them in the fall. And they came back a whole flush of flowers right at the middle to end of fall, and then they stopped. But I mean, they just keep coming back. These are great paracalis plants.
Well, not only that, these, like you just mentioned, I mean, they bloomed even into, I want to say November.
Yeah.
Last year. So they basically bloomed from March to November, with at least one cutback that you just described. So, wow. Talk about a long blooming plant.
Yeah, and these are amazing plants. You might be able to get the same that same growth out of other paracalis plants, but I mean, we haven't seen it yet from other paracalis plants, but obviously we have from these Senettis. So just, something to think about.
Yeah. And you guys could probably find these Senettis at your local garden centers. It is early enough, they might be carrying them already, possibly, or in the next month. I know a lot of you asked about these last year and you were bummed that you couldn't find them at that time of year. So
yeah, when we made that video, a lot of places were already sold out,
yeah,
unfortunately.
they were, because they're so pretty.
I'm just finishing up with these two containers here. You can see right here, there's your crown. There's all that new growth. Now see how big the base got last year? That's pretty cool for these Pericallis. So yeah, you can see, you know, just all this new growth that's coming up on these crowns of these guys. This was definitely the bigger plant of the three that we had in here. And then yeah, look at this.
Like this here, I'm going to come around on this side. We planted this in here last year as a fun trailer, and it not only overwintered, it never like died back. Like it's been green this whole time.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a Super Bell's Magic double grapefruit Calibracoa.
And it's so gorgeous. I believe this is brand new for Proven Winners this year. They sent it to us last year, and we're
to trial.
Yeah, to trial, and it was so pretty, you guys. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely show you pictures of that.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, well.
All right, yeah, and did you see this up here?
Let's see, we've got.
So we've got this Pericallis here, and then we've got one over here, a little bit smaller, and a little bit smaller. I think that one over there is so more robust than these other two because it gets a lot more sun.
Yeah.
Consistently
right.
than these other two. So yeah, so transplanting these out today will make a big difference to these other two Pericallis.
Okay, we're definitely going to get to that. And then are you going to get this little guy in the front too?
I guess I can.
Don't forget. It's just a little guy.
Yes, dear.
Thank you. So it looks kind of goofy with just this like huge Calibracoa hanging off, but maybe we'll put that somewhere else. But for now, it's fine, right? We'll just let it go.
It's doing great. It's liking where it's at. No need to do anything with it yet. It's a little too early to transplant it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost the end of March. We're still getting some nights down into the high 30s. It's too early to transplant that yet.
Is it too early actually to do the straw flowers today? Should we wait on that?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. That's why I was suggesting earlier we not do that yet. But yeah, it's not going to hurt them just to stay there just a few more weeks until we get about at least 45 to 50 degree nights.
I just don't want them to block out the other plants. They're so big. So
that's okay. It's not going to overall because of the massive stuff that I removed. These were getting shaded out too by all these stems.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah. Okay. So it's perfectly fine.
Okay. Okay. So, now we also have another. We had quite a few of these Senettis kind of around the yard in different containers, and this is one that we had. We can't remember actually where this was.
Well, that wasn't its original container either.
No.
So
there might be two in here actually.
Yeah.
But these overwintered really well in the pot. That's cool.
Yeah, and so something to talk about here, guys, is that I cut those back. I'm not going to cut these back, and the reason is this is all live tissue. Mainly, what I cut back over here was all dead from last year. They went dormant. They've got the new growth at the base. These guys have active growth going on right now. I'm not going to cut this back yet because it's still a little too cold to be cutting this back at night here. But another week or two, if the temperatures get up to about maybe 45 or so at night, consistently, I'll be able to give these a haircut, probably about halfway, and get that reinvigorated growth out of them.
Okay.
So if you're wondering why I cut back those and didn't cut back this, that's why.
Okay, you guys, and come on over here, kind of behind this container. We've got another Pericallis right here that also overwintered, and I already cut this one back, and it's already kind of popping up and looking pretty good. This was called Vivid Pink, and I think this was my favorite Senetti that we grew last year. Did you have a favorite?
Not really. I liked all of them. The blue one was nice too. It was nice to see a blue one, but this is fine.
The blue one was beautiful. But so stay tuned. We'll show you those as they keep growing through the season. And with that, you guys, that is a wrap. We hope that's helpful for you in getting your Senettis cut for the season if you overwinter them, or maybe you're getting them new and you want to refresh them.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about what we did here or what you're experiencing in your garden, let us know down in the comments. We're always here to answer your questions and help you understand what's going on. Hey, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel, hit that like button and that bell notification so you know when our newest videos come out.
Definitely. And with that, you guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.